Yo, what's good, people? It's your boy, Mr. Cheap Sense, here on this Sunday afternoon. I don't know what the weather is gonna do this morning. It looked cloudy, and all of a sudden the clouds broke. Sun came out. It was super hot. Now it looks like it's starting to cloud up a little bit again. So, whatever the case may be, I don't plan on doing too much of Jack. I had went out just a few minutes ago to run some errands, and for those of you who have been trying to contact me and talk to me about some of the fragrances that I have listed for trade or sale, the reason why I didn't respond back a little while ago is because I was driving and I can't text and drive. So, excuse me. I will be responding back to some of you guys' messages. A lot of messages I responded to last night, and I have some deals in the workings here. I do have a few things already boxed up. So with that being said, on to my next point. Last night, and before I even start telling you what happened, I know a lot of times you guys hear me talk about my experiences when wearing certain fragrances, and you hear my stories and stuff like that. The one thing I want you guys to be aware of, and I keep looking at my arm because I just, if you can see it, it was something like a bump. Something bit me and I scratched it, and now it's bleeding a little bit. But anyway, when I tell you guys these stories on, when I say I almost got molested, of course I exaggerate a little bit to make it funny. But please believe me, these stories are real stories. People do react the way I be telling you they be reacting in these little stories I tell you. I'm not trying to sell you guys on anything. Obviously, you're going to buy what you want to buy regardless. And it's not up to us to persuade you guys to go out and purchase fragrances and stuff like that. You still have to do your own homework. You have to be your own person. And make sure you sample, if possible, test these fragrances out before you purchase a whole bottle. Unless it's cheap enough, then yeah, I don't see what's the harm in buying something, and it's costing you anywhere from $5 to $20 to $25, which is really not a lot of money to some people. So with that being said, please believe that the majority of these stories I tell you guys, I do exaggerate a little bit of the story just to make it funny. But the story I told you guys about the two young nurses or CNAs, whatever they were, that ran down the hallway and was trying to find out which one of me or my coworker was smelling so good with aquamarine on. That was a true story. Excuse me. The day I wore Bora Bora, I didn't feel like I was going to be molested, but it was just all the compliments that kept coming back to back to back, and people were walking up and they were sniffing me and sniffing my shirt and my neck and stuff like that. That was real. When I wore Casino Royal Nights to work by Dua, whatever I told you guys in that video, that was true. I see this young lady almost every day at the hospital at work, and she still brings up that fragrance. Any other stories I've told you guys, yes, I have gotten compliments from. I don't say these things about every fragrance. Like, I have YSL, what is it? What is that? I have the YSL. This one. La Nuit de l'Homme. This is a very nice fragrance. More for cooler weather. I've worn this maybe twice, and I have never gotten a compliment while wearing this as nice as this smells. And I'm thinking either I'm wearing it in the wrong situation, or it's just me. and my demeanor sometimes. I had to explain this to another subscriber. Sometimes it's your personality and your confidence. People can feel and sense things when they come off of you, and if you got bad energy, bad body language, like how you see me slouching right now, it's not a good posture to have. Sitting up straight, shoulders back, head up high, when you walk into a room, it commands attention, especially if you're dressed nice and you're smelling good, you got on a nice fragrance. People are going to want to be around you. They're going to be attracted to that. Not somebody that's going to come in and you slouch down, you got a mean mug on your face. And this is how I look at work. And most people are afraid to talk to me because I thought I was 6'3", but I got measured recently and I'm 6'4". So I'm 6'4", close to 300 pounds. I was like 290 some odd pounds. I was close to 300. People are not really going to be willing to come up and talk to me or compliment me on how I smell or how I look. And I usually hear it from people later on down the line, like, oh, people say you look mean every time you come through and all this kind of stuff. And it's not on purpose. Sometimes I just be focused. But I noticed when I walk around, I got my chest out, my shoulders back, my head up high. I'm smiling a little bit. People tend to gravitate more towards that. So with that being said, it's not always going to be your cologne that attracts people. It's your demeanor, it's your attitude, it's your aura that you're putting off, your energy. It has a lot to do with it. And if you don't believe me, try it. Walk around one day just mean mugging all day. And notice how a lot of people may not say nothing to you unless they know you. And then the next day you walk around, you have your shoulders back, your chest out, your head up high, you smelling good, you looking good, you smiling, you talking to people, you greeting people, and watch what happens. It's a fact. So last night, me and my friend, we were at Old Times Country Buffet, and I don't know how far this franchise spreads, but I'm assuming here in the South, it's pretty much almost everywhere. It's just like Golden Corral. It's just a restaurant. They sell chicken, ribs, greens. They have everything. Desserts, salads and stuff like that. So we went in. It's just right outside the door. If I go down on the first floor and just cut across the parking lot, right, it's literally right outside the door right there. So we went over there last night, and of course it was about to rain. We see lightning in the foreground, and so we go in, and the fragrance I wore last night is one that was purchased for me by a subscriber. This one is from the house of Dua, and he actually was going to purchase what he wanted to, but he asked me if I wanted anything in particular. So I actually went on Dua's website. I looked at a few fragrances. This one seemed interesting to me, and I picked out Desire 2. And this is an inspired expression fragrance. I don't know what this is supposed to mimic, if it mimics anything, but this is the one I picked out. And for those of you who don't know, Dua makes superb clones. They are very potent. They are very long lasting. The projection on these things are crazy. I wouldn't spray the ones like this color juice on a white shirt because it probably would stain. But I had this on last night, and I'm walking in front of my friend while we were going down the sidewalk into the building. She never said anything. And usually if I have on something and then she smells it, she would say something, but she didn't say anything. So now I'm thinking in my head, damn, did I pick the wrong stuff? So it smells good to me. I'll tell you what it smells like in a second. So we walk in, I'm fresh. I'm dressed up. I got my jeans on with the with the rips in it. It's got like a brown tone in the blue jeans. I had my brown casual shoes on. I had my striped, shirt on, my V-neck shirt. Looking fresh. I'm smelling good. I'm feeling good. I got my watch on, which is my Armani Exchange. I like watches. I had this on and walk in feeling like a boss. I can feel people looking. I can feel people watching as we walked in. And we go, pay, we sit down, we go get up, get back and get our food. And as I'm walking around, people are watching. I'm walking past people and I'm wondering what people are thinking, or what they saying to other people, because I kind of noticed a little bit of chatter or a little bit of some eyes staring. So where we sat, it was like right next to this little room. This is a brand new building they just built, so it's next to this little room, and I guess is where they make their tea and make their drinks and stuff like that for people. If they have like a little bit of dishes that they have that they can just rinse off real quick or whatever they do in the little room. We were sitting right next to it. It's a wall here with a glass window you can see through, see what they doing, and then our table is here. So we eating, and then I get up, I go to the dessert table, I get me some dessert, and I come back, and my friend goes and gets her some dessert. Well, I noticed this one server, and I think she was our server, but she came whizzing by and she caught my friend at the dessert table, and I noticed I know they was talking about me, because both of them was looking directly at me while the lady was leaning over whispering or whatever. So the lady came by and she was like, "Can I ask you what you're wearing? Because you smell so good. Every time I walk past here, I get a whiff of it in my nose, and it just smells so nice." So I laughed about it a little bit. I smirked, and then I told her, it was from the House of Dua. It's called Desire 2, and I didn't tell her the price, but I gave her the website. She actually wrote it down. Now, whether she buys this or not, I don't know, because once she sees the price tag of $60 for this little bottle, she may not want it, but she claimed she was going to get it for herself. Unisex, I'm not sure that's what this is. Probably could be, because it's so fruity smelling, but this is a banger, and I can't wait to give this a wearing at work just to see what happens. And as you know, $60 is what they charge for this 30 ml bottle from Dua. You can also try Alexandria fragrances and Alt fragrances. Both of those are also clone houses. They make Creed fragrances. They make copies of all kinds of popular fragrances. So give them a try. If you can't afford the real deal, some of these clone houses are pretty good at copying these clones. So, and I know clone houses do get a lot of backlash. People get upset. The people who love the original fragrances, they get all butthurt about the fact that somebody can copy their favorite fragrance that costs $300, $400, $500 and can market it for $60, or whatever they charge for these smaller bottles. There's a market out here for everybody, and like I said before, everybody can't run out, or I won't say can't, but everybody don't choose to run out and purchase those high-ass fragrances when they can just go and get the next best thing that smells just as good, that lasts just as long, and be happy. So, notes on this one. I know I usually don't do notes anymore, but I felt like I should give you guys, make you guys mouth water like mine did when I looked up the note breakdown on this fragrance. So for this one, Desire 2, and I don't know what Desire 1 smells like, but off top, it's classified as a woody floral musk, and it has a lot of exotic fruit notes, and it has ripe mango flesh, pineapple, apple blossom, tropical guava, violet leaf, exotic floral bouquet, which it has some floral notes in it, cedar wood, and musk. This is an absolute banger. No lie. And for 60 bucks, I think this is well worth the purchase. Of course, a lot of people are going to say it's not. And I have even said that too. That's the one thing that kept me from actually ordering anything from Dua, is because 60 bucks for 30 ml is ridiculous. But what you're getting inside this bottle is what's more important. The juice in this is amazing. And I would personally pay 60 bucks myself for this one again. So, thank you to the subscriber who sent me this. I'm sorry I don't remember your name right off bat, but as soon as I can remember what your name is, because I have so many subscribers that I talk to, I can't possibly remember everybody's name. As soon as I remember, I will give you a shout out. Somebody else asked me for a shout out also, and I will do that because he last night picked out damn near 10 fragrances that he wants to buy. So we're going to see how this goes. But he wants a shout out also, and I will do that shout out just as soon as this transaction is done. Hopefully Monday or Tuesday, like he said. But I am going to be responding to you guys in a little bit. Actually, as soon as I get off this video. I got to figure out what the hell I sprayed. I think I know what this is. I think this is Cubano Copper. I think that's what this is I sprayed on this tissue. I may have to take this one back, because I put it in my vehicle. I took a small box of stuff I planned on taking to my stepdad. Some fragrances that I feel like nobody really is going to want or buy or trade for. So I'll just hand them off to him. I'm pretty sure he'll wear them, but I don't think he's going to get that one. Because on the dry down, I sprayed this on a few hours ago. And the dry down on this is nice. It's still projecting good. Still smells good. It did change a lot since the opening. So anyway, with that being said, guys, I'm going to get back to watching my... watching my Dragon Ball Z stuff. I usually watch fragrance reviews. It's a cornucopia of different things that I watch on YouTube. And Dragon Ball is one of them. I love Dragon Ball. I love... Goku is my favorite character, period. But I love Dragon Ball. I love Super GT. I wasn't a big fan of GT. The whole Goku going back to a kid thing and all that. I didn't like all of that. They did too much with the Super Saiyan 4. Even though it was a great transformation, they didn't explain in depth about the transformation. Some people will say they did, but for me, I don't know. But anyway, I'm out of here, guys. Peace.